Guys, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've been holding off creating this particular video for the longest time, but it's time we do it. It's time we do it. It's time we do it. So, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you everything I'm planning to do to become a successful full-time content creator. But basically, I'm going to be sharing you the plans of how I am going to do it, because I have watched a ton of videos talking about how to become a full-time content creator in 12 months or less, how to become a full-time content creator, I've watched those videos. But I really haven't found the video that is actually talking to me as an individual, and that's why I'm creating this video, to also help you, if you're on the same journey as me, to try and figure out what you can do to become a full-time content creator and have a successful content creation career. Let's get to it. And so the first thing that I am going to do, or I've actually done, because this is something I'm doing, it's in the works, it's in the process, is figuring out my niche. And I know we've had that name being mentioned everywhere, but that's not why I'm here. Honestly, I think that your niche should be around these three things I'm gonna be mentioning. And so the first thing is, what do you love talking about, or what do you love creating content about? For me, for instance, I love creating content that is around my thinking, around my brand, around designing, and around the career that I actually did. So most of the time, you'll find that even the way I'm doing the things that I'm doing, they're either strategic, planned for, branded, or they're just in my own creative way. It's strategic. So that is what I was able to do to actually figure out my niche, because my niche resonates with my thoughts. So the niche that I want to be in is content creation. I'm not gonna lie, I love creating content about content creation, but the niche that I really want to be known in, like the way I want people to see me, is a thought leader, and that's my niche. The second thing is crafting out your niche. How long is it going to take you to craft out your niche, and which niche do you actually want to craft? For me, I want to craft a thought process when it comes to content creation. I want to be able to help people craft processes in the content creation space. So if it's something to do with finding out your ideas, can you actually build a process around that? If it's about creating viral topics, can you actually figure out a way that is going to be strategic in a stepwise manner that's going to help you achieve that? But the next thing that I think should be really important, especially when you're trying to build like a brand for yourself, is actually figuring how much work your niche needs. Because here's the thing, guys, if you don't know what your niche needs, then you're not really going to be answering the questions that your audience wants you to answer. So it's gonna be hard, I'm not gonna lie. Extensive research is gonna be a must, and you really have to understand, what does my audience want? And so how much work does it really need? It's gonna require research, it's gonna require building systems, it's gonna require you finding out the tools that are necessary for you to actually scale up whatever it is you're trying to do, figuring out the right packages, figuring out the right services and products to sell to your clients, as well as to the people who are actually watching you. It's gonna take a process. So you need to really assess, can I really work with this load of work? Can I really be equipped enough to actually load out, like serve out or dish out the amount of work that is required for me to be established in this particular niche that I have selected for myself? The second thing that's going to be of high importance to your content creation career, even to mine, is actually being consistent on every social media platform you choose. And I know I'm going to get bashed for this, but just hear me out, guys. For me, I've specifically chosen 4 platforms that I'm actually posting on every single week. And you guys can be wondering, okay, how are you able to do that? But one step at a time. For instance, I started being serious with my LinkedIn platform this month. I'm not even gonna lie about that. And I have seen positive growth, because in all honesty, I have been posting consistently for 2 weeks now, and I have shot up from 500 followers. I think right now I'm sitting at around 700 or 600 followers on my LinkedIn, and I can tell you for a fact, consistency on any social media platform is gonna get you results. So for LinkedIn, I usually post 5 times a week, and I know you can say that that's a lot, but there's a system that I've put in place to make sure that I stay consistent on LinkedIn. The second platform I'm actually working on is TikTok. Now, TikTok, I post 2 videos every Monday to Friday. I only post on my social media platforms from Monday to Friday. Those are the normal business days. And that's because those are the days that I'm going to be working once I actually establish a fully fledged social media agency or something of that sort in the future. And then the third platform is Instagram. Guys, we love Instagram. We have to be present on Instagram. And so on Instagram, I'm actually running an experiment whereby I'm going to be posting consistently for 90 days. It's hectic. I'm not even gonna lie about that. It's hectic finding the right topics and finding the right videos and looking at your analytics. The slow growth is actually teaching me a lot more about myself than I thought, and I've seen that I'm actually patient with the things that I do. But for you, you might decide to go a different route. But any posting schedule you choose for your Instagram account, it should be able to get you to the point where you're trying to go with your social media platforms. The fourth platform is, you guys, YouTube, the mother of all my creativity. I couldn't have done social media or content creation without YouTube, and so YouTube is really important for me. And on here, I'm gonna be doing 2 long form videos and 1 short form video. You guys already saw that when I was experimenting in February. I'm gonna continue with that, and maybe in the future I will decide to get into live streams. But for now, I'm gonna be doing 2 videos and 1 short video, and I'm gonna be waiting to see how that works for my platforms. The next thing I'm gonna be doing, especially as we continue with this year, is becoming more vocal about what I want. Now, step 1 of this is actually talking about my finances. I'm really actively working to build my social media career because I want this to be my full-time job. I really want this to be paying my bills. I really want this to be getting me the gigs that I want. I want content creation to be the pillar of my brand. And so looking at that, guys, the only people who can help me do that are you guys. That's why I have a consultation call for you guys. That's why I have a free audit. Actually, I'm running that right now. If you want a free audit on any social media account of your choice, do fill out the form that I'm going to include in the description down below. It's free of charge, guys. I'm not even going to charge you anything for that social media audit. After that social media audit, you might decide to hire me for a consultation. That's when we can talk business. But for the social media audit, it's like my way of saying thank you guys for getting me to 370 subscribers. I could not be more happier because this has been a long time coming, and that's my way of saying thank you. Money or finances is one thing that comes with that desire of me becoming vocal about what I want. I want to work with brands, guys. I want to work with you guys one-on-one and help you get to that point where you're comfortable with your content. I want to work with people to help them become better at their content creation because it's not about what you have. I love that these days I'm not bothered by what I have, but I'm really bothered about, am I sharing whatever is going on with me with the right people? So I want to get to that point where I help you guys see that it's not about what you have in content creation. It's about what you can help us do. It's about how you can share that information with us to get us from point A to point B. Now, the other thing is, how can I help you achieve some results? So for me, at that particular point in time, I'm just thinking about me taking you guys on my journey, because if you guys are part of my journey, then you can see what I'm doing. And I'm really implementing this on my Instagram account. So if we go to my Instagram accounts, guys, you'll see that I'm actually sharing my journey with people. I'm sharing what is happening with that particular platform. And I found that to be particularly helpful because it gives people a sense of trust. I trust people who've shown me their journey. I trust people who've shown me they went from point A to point B and this is the result, this is what they've been doing, so that I can actually authenticate that whatever they're telling me is true. And that is what I plan to be implementing in everything that I'm doing with regards to content creation on social media. Sharing more of what I'm doing, sharing behind the scenes. It's not just about what you guys can see in front. What about behind the scenes? Is whatever you're doing working? Can I really trust that what you're telling me you're gonna do for me and my brand is gonna work? If I have proof with myself of everything I've experimented, and I come and show you guys, you are more likely to trust me because you know that this is the journey they've gone through. We've gone through that journey with you. And then the other thing is only starting my analytics at the end of every month. Now, one thing that I usually have myself is something called analysis paralysis. I've spoken about this again, but I'm really raising it up because last month there was a point I looked at my YouTube analytics and I got so discouraged and I couldn't create a video to go live for that particular week because I was like, what am I doing wrong? I was looking at the analysis and it got to my head and I got paralyzed. I couldn't create content anymore. So the thing that I've decided to do to deal with my analysis paralysis situation is to only look at my analytics at the end of every month. So that means every other month, guys, I'm gonna be releasing a video talking about my YouTube analytics. So for instance, on my YouTube analytics, guys, I'm gonna take you behind the scenes. You guys are gonna see my impressions. You guys are gonna see everything that went down with my YouTube analytics. I'm not gonna hide that information from you because I do believe you guys want to know, are the videos you're pushing out actually working? Is whatever you're doing actually getting results or not? So every other month, expect 4 videos that are talking about analysis of what has been able to happen for me with my social media presence and the content I'm creating for each individual platform. And then the other thing is learning to be more open about what happened with me. Now, for instance, in February, guys, I lost some money. I'm not even going to lie about that. I lost some money, and this money was supposed to maintain my content creation, but things happen and I did lose that money. Now I'm on a journey to try and figure out how I'm going to get that money back so that I don't stop content creation. And so in the future, or rather should I say this month, going forward, I'm gonna try and be more open about what happened to me, what happens with my content behind the scenes, what really takes place. So you guys are gonna be getting a glimpse of, it's gonna be like a one video thing, but I'm just gonna be sitting down with you, maybe take a cup of coffee, and then we're gonna talk about what went down that particular month I was pursuing content creation, because I do feel it's important I paint the right picture for you guys to know what you're getting yourselves into, especially if you haven't yet begun your content creation journey. So yeah, guys, that is basically it. And if there's anything I want you guys to take away from this particular video is you need to get comfortable with what you're doing. It doesn't matter if it's content creation, it doesn't matter if it's social media management, if it's designing, if it's programming. Get comfortable with what you are doing, because here's the thing, guys, you have to have undoubtedly faith in yourself and what you're doing, and believe in your skill, because that is what is gonna make you stand out. Believing in yourself and being confident in what you can do. So far so good. I love my journey this particular month because I have been more confident in my content creation than ever. I have portrayed a level of confidence I really never thought I had, but it's because I gave myself a pep talk. I walked to my mirror and I told myself, you know what? It's content creation or it's nothing. You have to believe in your skills. And guys, yes, I'm multi-skilled, but I am really skilled when it comes to problem solving and when it comes to analysis. That is where my strength is. And I had to sit down with myself and I had to tell myself that it's this or nothing. But otherwise, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. If you did find this particular tips helpful, if you did find this particular tips helpful, then make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And if you feel like sticking around, I do recommend checking the video that I did about YouTube analytics if you don't know how YouTube analytics works. I know that's a video from last year, so I'm gonna do an updated version, but I'm gonna include that video right here, and I hope I'll get to see you in that particular video.